doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Michelle's Chronicles. Now, okay, I know what you have in your mind. I know what you want to say. I've been off and on. In fact, I've been off for the longest time. But trust me when I say this, I am back, and I am back with full force. If you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by. I am promising that you will have a really great time with me, because this period, hey, I'll be dropping content back to back. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me and my inconsistency. Yeah, that's right. If you have not met me before, I am Michelle Abanom, and I am a food content creator. I am a TV presenter, and I am a TV producer as well. Okay, did I forget to mention that I am a biochemist? Yeah, so I studied biochemistry, but God had better plans for me. I mean, that's life. Okay, now today I'm not just here to talk. I'm going to be sharing with you a detailed recipe for an amazing, delicious Christmas rice. Now, this is not your regular fried rice and jollof rice. So if you try this one, it will completely blow your mind. I mean, if you've been following me on Instagram, you should be following me on Instagram. But if you have not, I am Kitchen Chronicles on Instagram. So if you've been following me, I've been dropping really nice and amazing recipes. But I'm going to be showing a detailed recipe for the Christmas rice I posted. I think I posted it on YouTube as a short, but I'm going to be giving you a more detailed recipe, because this rice is nice. I mean, when I made it, I had amazing comments in the house. Many people loved it. It was so good, and I got it off Omoye Coat. I just added a little twist here and there, and came out really nice. Now, this is something you should try. So I'm going to be off camera. Yes, because the rest is the process itself, I'm going to do it as a voiceover. So I'm going to be off camera. This is where I would say, let's go to the kitchen. I'm already in the kitchen. Let's go and cook. So for this recipe, I will be using tomato, my tomato mix, and then I'll be using rice. I'm using short grain for this particular recipe. Next, I'm going to be using chicken as against turkey. I have already marinated this with seasoning powder, with parsley, with scotch bonnet pepper, with thyme, and some other other seasoning. Now, next I'm going to be using red and green bell pepper for this one. I'm going to be using eggs as well. I'm using 6 small eggs as against the 4 big ones I used on my Instagram post. Then I'm going to be using seasoning powder. Of course, I'll be using garlic powder. I'll also be using onion for this recipe, and of course my minced herbs, this thyme and some other things. For this, I'll be using 2 different kinds of oil, vegetable oil and sesame oil. Now let's head over to the cooker and let's get this whole process started. First of all, I'm going to add little sesame oil into the pan and pour my eggs. Now notice that I did not beat these eggs. Up next, I'm going to be adding black pepper. I'm using just black pepper for this egg. Now I'm going to give it a good stir. Now stir it. Try not to scramble it too much. Just stir it slightly. Now when the egg is ready, this is what it would look like. This is how I want it. Now that I'm done with all of this, I'm just going to dish it out and put it into a bowl and leave for when it's going to finally shine. Up next, in the same pan, I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil as well. Now I'm going to fry my chicken a bit. I just need the char flavor. I really do not want it to be cooked because I'm going to do all of that later. I'm going to cover it because I don't want anything happening to my skin. I don't want my skin to burn. So I covered it up. Opening it now, I'm going to, turn it to the other side and allow it to cook on the other side. When I'm done with that, I'm going to, cover it up again and allow the other side cook properly. Now that is over, I'm going to open it up and dish it out of my way. I mean, put it out somewhere else. Put it in a bowl basically, or wherever you decide to put it, because we're going to use it later. Now in the same pan, I'm going to pour in my already washed rice. Now I'm going to toast this rice a bit, but I'm going to add some seasoning powder. Yeah, that's me scraping the remaining rice because things are expensive. So I'm going to add in some seasoning powder, and I'm also going to add in my minced herbs. That's the thyme and thyme and the parsley. So I'm going to stir it properly, mix that whole thing properly and just allow it to toast. Do not skip this step because it's very important. That is me adding minced herbs. Stir everything properly. Now we are just building flavors. This is one thing I love so much about cooking. Just bring in different things and form one unique flavor. So we are mixing it, mix it properly and allow it to toast. Now that is over. The cooking itself, so that is where my vegetable oil comes in. Going to pour all of that in, pour my onion and pour my garlic powder, and I'm going to stir it properly. After giving it a good stir, I'm sure you know what comes in next. Of course, our auxiliary star of the dish, which is our tomato mix, basically tomato, onion, ginger, and tatashe, then with red bell pepper. Now I'm going to stir it, give it a good mix it properly, and after this I'm going to cover it up and allow it to boil for a while, to dry up all the moisture and everything. Now I'm going to open it up. I'm going to add my minced herbs. I'm also going to add some seasoning powder to this one. Now stir it, give it a good stir. Give it a good stir. Do not miss any step. All the steps are equally important. So after you're done and it's dried, I want you to pour in that toasted rice. Put it inside. I'm sure you can already feel the uniqueness of this meal. Turn it properly. Yeah, I really don't know why I'm putting on one hand glove, but the weird things we do in the kitchen. Stir it properly, mix it all up. Now when you're done mixing it all up, the next thing, you see that chicken that has been resting, that are fairly cooked chicken, it's time to add it all in. We add everything, put it, arrange it very well inside the food, because this is where it would boil properly. So put everything inside the pot. Next, I'm going to pour in my meat stock. You can use absolutely any meat stock. Right now I'm using chicken stock. Feel free to use any meat stock. The other time when I made it, I used goat meat and it was equally nice. Now just stir it slightly. Because it's frozen, I just want to put it inside properly, so the water is not just in one part of the food. Now I'm going to cover it up with foil paper. Cover the whole thing very well so that it will cook on low heat. If you put it on high heat, you're going to be eating burnt rice. So try hard not to put it on high heat. I know you want to leave that kitchen fast, but process is key. Now this is what it looks like. Guess what we are putting? That's our egg that has been rested. And of course, what goes in next? Our bell pepper. I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting for when I'll put this bell pepper. This is when it goes in. Now I'm going to give it a good stir. So much effort goes in here because you want to stir it properly. Stir it with all of your might. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process. If there's one thing cooking has taught me, is to be patient, because you have to be patient in this whole cooking process, right? Yes, so be patient, stir it properly. Now when you're done stirring it, give it a very good stir so everything will be equally distributed. You don't want to have your egg in one corner, your bell peppers in one corner, so you have to stir it properly so everything is equally distributed. Now when you're done with all of that, you have to steam it for a while. Yeah, you have to steam it. So the bell peppers you just added, you are able to extract the flavor from that into your rice. Yeah, that's right. So you stir it. When you're done stirring, you are going to cover it up with that foil. Yeah, cover it up so that to trap all the flavor inside. Cover it up, and now you can leave it for about 2 to 3 minutes. And trust me, hey, this foil paper wants to disgrace me, but this meal is ready. Hey God, just down this one like this with a cold bottle of Coke. Oh please, what's that black thing doing there? When you're cooking rice, it burns somehow, but it didn't really burn, it was just at the bottom. Now, like I was saying earlier, down this with a cold bottle of Coke. For some of us that are not into carbonated drinks, cold pineapple juice or apple juice. Now this is so beautiful. Trust me, it is so yummy. You should definitely add this to your Christmas food menu. It's going to wow your guests. Trust me. I'm sure they'll be wondering, what is egg doing inside concussion rice? So much for joining me through this cooking process. Subscribe, like this video. I love you.